Hey, Mama. Happy New Year. Well, Merry Christmas first, and then Happy New Year. I'm so excited. Um, I'm so excited for this new year that's coming up and everything that we look forward to in a new year. Now, usually at this time of the year, we tend to pull out our paper or notebook or planners and or anything that will help us. So like this, I don't know if you can see that. Um, or calendars. I mean anything that would help us in planning out the next year. Now, the mistake we make with our creativity is we always come in with big expectations and saying, okay, I'm going to be creative more. And we jot it down in our planner saying, okay, I'm going to be doing this more, or I'm going to be more intentional about my creativity, but that's where we let it go. Okay. And everything else in life around us fills in all those pockets of time that we find that anything that we had thought we would do for this coming year is put to the side as usual. So this year, I want to encourage all of you mamas, even as you make your vision plans and like vision boards and planning and strategizing for the year, um, that I want you to be more intentional on putting your creative time on the calendar. Okay. And instead of doing a vision board session like I'd thought about, I decided to break this up into smaller segments and have it where it'll be easy for you to listen to, and with the accompanying workbook, slowly do it at your leisure. And then later on in the month, maybe mid-January, do a live session for just talking over plans for the year and just like an open discussion. And we just talk about everything that we went through, watching the videos and working on our workbooks and jotting things down and just our reflection of the past year and our hope for the new year. Okay, so this is going to be broken down into about five-ish videos, um, and each each video is going to be its own topic, and we are going to start off with um, thinking back on how we're finishing the year, how we finished the year, and not having regrets. And then we're going to reflect on what happened, what we liked, and so on and so forth. So, my goal is for us to, even as we look back at the past year and hope for the new year, we pick out everything good that happened last year in the past. Well, this past year, keep it. Every lesson that we learned, pick it out and keep it. All the negative emotions, all the negative feelings, all the things that didn't work out that will kind of drag you down. I want you to just throw those away. Just don't even store them at the back of your mind. Just erase them. If you can, get rid of them, because I do not want those negative feelings affecting how you move on with this coming year. Because many times we tend to live on our regrets, live on what we wish we did, what we wish we hadn't done. And if we keep that in the forefront of our minds, even in the back of our minds, which will keep resurfacing, we dwell on those, and that hinders us from moving forward and from progressing and from learning more. And I know it's so easy to do. Like, okay, so you guys know me. If you've watched any of my YouTube videos, or um, you've known that I've been trying to make sourdough bread, like a really good batch of sourdough. And let's see, several weeks ago, my starter that I kept in the fridge got moldy because I was trying to put it, instead of saving it the way I normally do save it in the fridge, where it's dry and stuff. I had it where it was liquid form because I was like, okay, if it's liquid form, I'm going to use it, right? But every time I would look at it, open the fridge, I would look at it. I start thinking back to all my failed attempts at making sourdough bread. And then I'll be like, okay, I will do it later. I will do it when I have more time to actually take my time, be patient with the process. And yeah, so I kept on pushing it off. And then it would be one excuse after another. Then it molded. Okay. So now, of course, I have to get rid of it because it was really bad. It wasn't like just a little bit of mold and you can scrape it out and hopefully resurrect it, or not resurrect it, but fix it. No, Mama, this was bad. And so I took it out, I cleaned the jar, I whatnot, and I'm like, okay, you need to make another thing. I even got everything together that I would need, and I have been putting it off, all because I keep on dwelling on what did not work out. Yes, my goal is I want to make a decent loaf of sourdough bread, but despite having everything to do it and having access to videos on how to do it, because of those failures, I stopped. So, what can you take out? I want you to start thinking about this before we get into the lessons. What can you take out of this past year that will hinder you from progressing, hinder you from using the lessons that you learned through the year and get better and stretch your creativity? Think outside the box. What is it going to be? So, as we reflect back on this past year, start thinking of everything that you did creatively, whether it was jotting down ideas, whether it was at the back of your head, you're like, oh, I could do that better. Oh, this would be cool if you added this. Like all those creative moments, big or small, start jotting them down and get rid of the things and the parts of them that would stop you from focusing on your creativity. Okay. So as you go through this, I want you to just be encouraged. Have it, do it as a game. Like take each video at a time. Don't, I mean, if you want to watch all of them at the same time, that's fine. But when it comes to the workbook, I want you to focus on each section at a time to give it your honest feedback. And it's not for you to share. I mean, if you want to share it, you can. This is more for you to keep it and just realize where you are and actually identify where you've grown to, because as we look back on what we have done and then comparing it to other years before that, you're going to realize how you've developed, how you've grown, and even be able to pinpoint things that you want to change, right? So I don't want you to think of this as just a normal vision planning session time, but I want it to be where you're actually focusing on your creativity, okay? Because many times when we do vision planning, vision boards, we're focusing on either our weight, our health. We may have some goals. It could be even planning for vacation, saving financial. But I want it to be where we are adding our creativity into our lives, into every section of our lives. So I'm excited for this, and I hope that you will be excited about this too. And yeah, so stay tuned. Bye.